What's going on, guys, and welcome back to LOI Fan TV. And you know why we're here. We're going to chat about the Dublin Derby tomorrow. I am joined, obviously, by Griff, Tig, and Soccer. We're going to do a preview and prediction video. And we're going to be joined by some fans, obviously, with COVID and stuff. We've got them to send in some clips. So we're going to be joined by a few fans at the end of the video. So make sure to stay tuned for that. If this video can hit, we'll say 60 likes, let's say, that would be fantastic. Would really appreciate it. And do subscribe as well if you haven't already. We're going to be doing a live watch along for the Dublin Derby, so make sure to join us for that. And we're going to have a match day vlog on Saturday coming. Soccer's going to be going to the game, so he'll be bringing that on Saturday as well. So we'll start off there. Actually, Soccer, are you looking forward to going to it? Very lucky position.
Yeah, really lucky. Like biggest game of the year so far. Two of the top teams in the country. Really look forward to obviously Rovers top of the league. Bows stuttering start, but kind of has, apart from last night, seem to have found their feet.
Stuttering.
I think you still and a half stuttered when you said it.
Oh my god!
Shamrock Rovers went to this one top of the league, and they obviously picked up the late winner. Kind of a knack they picked up recently as well. It was the game before against Longford. Sean Gannon scored in the last minute, and Danny Mandrew, of course, who we will get on to, scored the winner against Drogheda. So they're top of the league with, I believe it's 14 points from their first 6 games, whereas Bows come into this game. It's been a rocky start. There's no two ways about it. They come in with 7 points from 6 games, and it felt like after the Dundalk and Waterford win that they were getting, that they were kind of building something, and then the Sligo result was a bit of a blow. So they'll come into this on the back of that. It'd be interesting to see how they react to that defeat.
Yeah, no. To be fair, I did think that after the Sligo game, I thought Bows were unlucky. Like Keith Ward, like at 2-1, had an absolutely golden opportunity. Like saved by the keeper, comes out straight back out to him, and he had basically an open goal, and he absolutely skied. Like, so if 2-2, then it's a completely different game. And also, like, Bows were the better team for the majority of the game, I thought. Like, not even sounding slightly biased here, but I did. They created a lot of chances at the start of the second half, and just more like that's what they've been lacking this year, really. So that's like cutting edge in front of goal, like. Which Shamrock Rovers be pulling out of the bag every single time. Like you've just talked about, like 2 last games, they've got 93rd, 94th minute winners. Like, so going to be an interesting one. This.
Yeah, I think it's huge that Liam Burke got on the score sheet off the mark now. Like you definitely see the quality in him. Yeah, it's a great goal. Like you definitely see the quality. He's shown it a bit in some of the games before. It's just a question of how he's going to fare against what is the best defense in the league, without a doubt. Like, so I think that'll be a big part of the game, I think, for me, how he's going to do against a really strong Rovers defence.
I think Keith Long did say that something similar after the defeat last night. He said that he felt Bows deserved at least a point out of the game. It's kind of funny saying in a 3-1 loss that he didn't think his side played that bad. Probably deserves something out of the game. But looking ahead to Friday, like Rovers just seem so much more solid at the back. Like Bows conceding 3 goals to Sligo, a good Sligo side nonetheless, like top of the league for a reason. But you just feel, and going forward, to Rovers just have a little bit more going forward. So I'd probably go for a Rovers win, but like Dublin Derby, anything can happen, yourself. So just have to see how it goes.
Yeah, we love that. We love that old cliche of form goes out the window, don't we?
We
love that.
All about the cliches. All about the cliches.
Love that. Only gets mentioned 4 times every video.
Yeah, 4 times.
Take a drink every time it's said.
It is kind of true though. I think
toughest place to go on. Plus, it's tough away day.
Yeah, it's class. It is one of those things though for Rovers players. Like the nerves do get in these games. Like I think if it is one of those games, like if they get over this hurdle, like you can't really see anyone stopping them. Like these games, they do kind of struggle in Dublin Derby's obviously a bit better last year, but
yeah,
they do tend to slip up. If Bows do shock them at home, then maybe you can start to see a few cracks appearing. But so far they've looked quite strong, and I can't see it happen. I do see a Rovers win myself as well.
Yeah, because when we were talking to Breen in our fan debate video, and he was saying how the fans he feels, and he is a Bows fan, so he might just be saying that from their perspective, but he feels that Bows are a team that are up there as one of the most affected by having no fans in the stadium. And in a Dublin Derby at Tala, like Bows had that great record when the fans were there for I think it was 2-3 years. I think they picked up a lot of wins and like the Dara Leahy moments and stuff like that. Like the away fans, they're all so passionate. Like it really does drive you on. So that is a huge, like, even I was just thinking like maybe Dara Leahy's 10 yards further back if the fans aren't there, maybe like not looking for that winner. I think it was 1-1 at the time. Like maybe he's like a little bit further back, and I think the fans are just such a big factor, especially in the away end, because they're all gonna be so up for it. And yeah, I feel like that is a big blow for both.
100%. Like, I know it's a cliche, but the few games I've been to the last few weeks, like having the fans there, like it's so odd, so strange, so hard to get used to. And I can't imagine what's like for the players or the management. Like when we were at Dundalk, Bows beat Dundalk 1-0. Dundalk were like searching for that late winner, throwing the kitchen sink at it the last 10 minutes. And like Dundalk player, I can't remember his name, had a huge chance with a header. It was a great save by Talbot 5 minutes in, but
Stanton,
little things like that. Stanton was it,
yeah.
Little last 10 minutes trying to go for an equaliser. You need the fans like roaring you on, and like I fully believe it has a huge impact. And even there last night when Waterford were kind of searching for an equaliser again, throwing everything they had. That said, like Pats were like so solid at the back, didn't let them in really at all. But I really do feel that the fans have such a big impact on the game, and none more so than like a Dublin derby. So whichever way it goes, if Rovers are searching for an equaliser or Bows are hanging on for 1-0 win, like it turns everything on its head without the fans, I think.
Do we have to address the elephant in the room here, Griff? I know you're both fan type Rovers. Me and Soccer obviously share, so neutral in this one. That's the biggest club in Dublin, but we have to have a chat about Danny Manjo. I think obviously didn't feature an awful lot for Bows last season. I think there was rumors of off-field issues and stuff, but I think he's shown in the first few games this season that the quality that he does possess. And it's undisputable. Even in his first season with Bows, you could see it. And the moment in the Dublin derby, like that goal has just lived on. Such a good goal on his left foot and absolutely buried it from 25 yards out. And you feel like could he have a moment like that again? It's hard to know. I think I was chatting to I'm going to bring up the fan debate video again. Go check it out if you haven't already. But they're kind of saying it could go either way. From like he could get sending off like doing something rash or something, and then, or you could just have score a cracker. Like I don't think he's going to have like a bang average game. It's going to one or the other, I feel.
Yeah, and I feel like they're going to be he'll be well up for it. Like Stephen Bradley will be getting into his head saying, listen, like this fella Keith Long kind of froze him out of the squad really last season. So I think Stephen Bradley kind of being in his ear saying, listen, he has to be well up for this. Like, and I know himself, like he'll be motivated. Like, as you said, like I hate to admit it, like he's a quality player. Like there's no doubt about it. Like, I mean, some of the goals he scored, like and he, to be fair, even though Jack Byrne, like big shoes to fill, like he's done a pretty decent job considering, the first 5-6 games of this season. Like he stepped up to the plate, played really well overall. Like, so I don't know, it's going to be an interesting one. It's just written in the stars though, isn't it? Like a 95th minute winner, especially the Rovers be playing like 95th minute winner, fucking
knee slide in front of the bench.
Long,
yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like, it's like you just know it's going to happen. Like at the scenes, man, oh my god, that's the one thing I will say this though. If it was with fans, oh my god, man, I would love that. Like, even though he's obviously playing for Rovers now, like I'd absolutely love that. And I think the first time when there's fans back for Dublin derby, he's playing, it's gonna be so like just so interesting. Like, seeing how he reacts, because the fans will be giving him dogs abuse. Like,
you have to admit he's a big game player. Like he does pop up in big moments and score big goals, and he can even be quiet for 60 minutes and then have a bit of magic in him. So yeah, he's definitely one to keep an eye on. And I know, Griff, you were saying Stephen Bradley might be having a word in his ear, but then Keith Long could be having a word with Keith Buckley and saying go through first 5 minutes and don't let him get sniffed. So it's going to work both ways.
Yeah, Dublin derby, that's why it's the best. Like, it's the reason they're saying it's the highest viewed video we have on our channel is because like it is essentially it's the biggest game in the league. Like every single, no matter if Dundalk are up there, anything, like even like this year, like Sligo being up, Pats, these teams, like there's no bigger game than Dublin derby. Like just the absolute like just the rivalry between the two clubs. Like it's like you can't really compare it to anything else in the league. I know like Finn Harps and Sligo have their thing, and like there's a few other kind of ones, but there's nothing compared to it really. Like, so
just on that, do you think it's good timing for this game as well, given the kind of European Super League, all the kind of controversy with that, and like people saying we need to promote like support the Irish game and stuff. It's kind of feels like really good timing for this game to happen, and maybe more casual fans and more Premier League, Irish supporting Premier League fans will tune into this one.
Yeah, no, I was mentioning it on the live show if anyone had seen it, but like this is the kind of game now, like if you're watching it and you're into the LOI and you have friends who are kind of on the fence about it. I know that Super League, whatever it is, isn't going ahead now, but there is still that distaste for a lot of people towards English clubs, because they're probably all the clubs that were involved were the most followed clubs like over here. So
Yeah.
if there is people kind of on the fence about watching Irish football, this is the game to get them to watch live on RTE. You just can't beat it. Like, it's going to be a feisty one, especially with Mandra and everything like that. And it's going to be big challenges, and it's a huge game for both teams. Like, I mean, this could flip both teams' season. Like, Bows, on one hand, if they win this, the confidence they'll get from it could push on. They're pushing for Europe. Then Rovers, if they lose it, then who knows? They might start losing a couple of games. Then again, if they win it, then they're probably going to push on and win the league. So it is huge. Like, even if it is this early on in the season.
It's a great point. Actually, I didn't think that actually at all with the Super League. It's just the trick that the League of Ireland might do them a lot of good having the game on Friday night now. We were talking before, and I wasn't on Friday, but on Monday, but I caught a little bit of the Super League chat, and hopefully this week and in the weeks ahead, like, we've seen a lot of League of Ireland clubs and social media and stuff the last few days capitalize on what's happening in the Super League, and like Bray's tweet got over 100,000 likes and kind of stuff like that. A few clubs put out really nice videos and stories and stuff like that, and every little bit helps, I think. And especially kind of our generation, or lads who were on the fence about going down to a match on a Friday night, or supporting the local club, hopefully it'll just push them over the edge a little bit and make them realize that there's really good quality football on a Friday night or a Saturday night just down the road from your house, wherever you might live. Like, and great point you made as well, that your tenner ticket or your €50 jersey, that money is needed, but it'll be spent well. Like, and clubs, a lot of clubs doing a lot of great work at the moment, some just keeping their heads above water. So, going on a bit of a tangent now, but like, hopefully the last few days will see a little bit of an increase in the sport for the League of Ireland.
100%. Lads, we'll wrap up with some predictions. What are we thinking? We'll start with Griff, then we go Tig and Soccer.
Well, I said on the live show, I said the Bows are going to win. Obviously being biased, but I'll try and give some actual reason behind it. I think that, like, the Rovers these last few games have gotten a bit lucky, you could say that. Like, obviously with the 90-minute winners, the last two ones, and I think on the other hand, Bows have been pretty unlucky. I thought in the last game we were very unlucky. Like, I thought we played quite well against Sligo. Like, we definitely deserve more out of the game. Like, in Dublin derby as well, you just never know what's going to happen. Form goes out the window. But I don't know. I think it will be tighter than people think. Rovers obviously the highest quality team in the league, technically, definitely. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Like, they got the best players, got the best squad depth. Like, but I don't know. Keith Long always seems to pull it out the bag. Like, so, yeah, I'm gonna go for a Bows win, narrow win.
Score.
1-0.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think the results you mentioned there kind of shown like the resolve in the Shamrock Rovers team, and just kind of they don't panic when it gets laid on. So I don't know. I just think the quality is there, and I think Bows will struggle to break them down. So I'm gonna go with a 2-0 Rovers win.
Yeah, I'll probably go for Rovers win as well. Maybe 2-0. I'd probably say 1-0. And like, if I was a betting man, like, you just know they're going to score like a 90-minute winner again. I think it's like 3 or 4 90-minute goals this season so far. I think a lot of it will depend on how good Rovers are going forward, because I don't think they've much trouble at the back. They haven't conceded more than 1 goal in games so far this season at all. That said, especially after seeing the highlights last night, Bows will have to be really, really step it up on Friday. Like, they were pretty poor against a good Sligo Rovers side. So, yeah, I'd probably go for a 1-0 Rovers win. Danny Mandry with the winner in the 90th minute.
Imagine. Knee slide in front of Keith Long. Yeah,
knee slide in front of Keith Long.
No, just the photo celebration has to be go through.
Yeah, I'll be of similar thinking in terms of Rovers getting the 3 points here. I think they'll just be too strong and too good all over the pitch, and it seems like Bows are still figuring things out a little bit. So I'll probably go 2-1. I think it'll be a good game. But I'm going to go 2-1. I think Bows will get 1, but yeah, I think I'll go 2-1 to Shamrock Rovers, and they will stay at the top of the league. We do have some fan predictions to feature at the end of the show. So if you do go on to enjoy all them, make sure to drop a like on the video. Hope you did enjoy, and do subscribe as well. We're on the road to 5k. So if you can do that, it is greatly appreciated. And what, 60 likes, I think, wasn't it? 60?
Yeah, go on. 60 likes.
60 likes. Happy days.
Looking ahead to the Dublin derby, I think Shamrock Rovers will win the game 2-0. I just think we'll have too much quality for Bows. They're not the same team as they were last year. Much weak inside. We haven't been scoring goals freely either, but I think we'll have enough to get by them. So I'm going to say Grainberg scores and Mandreo gets a goal against his former employer.
My prediction for the derby on Friday is 2-1 Bows. Liam Burt and Georgie Kelly on the score sheet. Come on, Bows.
Rovers 2-0. Danny Mandrew, 25-yard belter.
I'm going to take a leaf out of the lad's book with this one. Cautiously optimistic. Dublin derby. Form goes out the window. Going to predict the 2-1. Bows win. Georgie Kelly to score the winner. Come on, the Bows.
Hey lads, yeah, my prediction for the Dublin derby tomorrow is going to be, I think it's going to be, 3-1 to Rovers. Bows have had a tough start to the league. Rovers had, a tight affair in the last two games with two last-minute winners. But I think, Rovers are going to, they're a stronger squad, they're a stronger side, so they're going to win 3-1 tomorrow night.
My prediction for the Dublin derby, Shamrock Rovers against Bows, is a high-scoring 3-2 win for Bows. Bows was struggling in Tala lately, not winning there since 2019, but I backed them to get the job done tomorrow night. I'm going to back Liam Burt to score the first goal. He looked really exciting during the week, Bows' most dangerous player, and scored a really nice goal. And I back him to cause the Shamrock Rovers defence more problems tomorrow night. So a 3-2 win for Bows is my prediction. Up the Bows.